Hey there, it's Melissa. I want to talk today about stacking wins and what you can do to stack wins. What are the wins? Are you putting them together? And are you recognizing those things in your life so you can create and build that momentum to get up that hill, reach your goals, be successful? So let's talk a minute about what are the wins in your life. I mean, I don't know what your plans are or what you do with your daily activities, but the first thing is you got to wake up in the morning, right? So why not wake up early? Why not wake up early? I wake up at 6 a.m., which is now an hour earlier than I normally have to. I tried to wake up earlier, like at 5 a.m. Didn't work out for me. It was too disruptive for my family, my dogs. It's a whole thing. So I wake up at 6 a.m., which is still plenty early because I get out. If I have to go to the office, I'm out before any of the traffic, right? And if I get to the office, there's nobody else here. It's quiet. I can get a lot done. And everybody else is still in bed. So I don't have anybody bothering me and nobody's calling me, interrupting my workflow because there is a workflow. And man, I get it all done. I get all my emails, my inbox is done, videos, doing content, doing whatever I need to do. It's all done before people even get to the office. So I am primed and ready to kick ass because I'm already here and done before everybody else even gets here, right? So now I can focus on bigger and better problems throughout the day. So if you want, if you're interested, there is a book called The 5 a.m. Club. Highly recommend it and give you a little bit more insight about why you should get up early, what are the benefits, and it can really change your life. Just getting up an hour early, much less getting up at 5 a.m. So give that, that's a good way to start. Give that a shot. Just get up a little bit earlier. If you need to start by getting up 30 minutes earlier and then another 30 minutes, whatever works for you in increments, it's fine because you're still going to make that progress. You're going to stack that win. You're going to make progress and build up momentum. Okay. So let's stack some wins that way. And then let's make sure we're doing daily learning. I mean, it's easy to get through a whole day and you've had all these things, these meetings, and people are calling you, people are wanting things. You didn't take time to learn something new or refresh your memory about something that you've already learned so that you can keep fresh and on point. And you're stealing from yourself. You can't give all of yourself to everybody else and just not give anything to yourself. You have to give something back to yourself. Build yourself, make yourself a better person so that when you're called on to do the bigger things, you're ready. So make sure you're doing daily learning. For most of us, that will come through, watching a documentary movie instead of a Hallmark or whatever other kind of, Lifetime movie. Watch a documentary, learn something new that's useful, that's going to get you closer to your goal. Now, you also have podcasts. Podcasts are real popular. If you spend any amount of time in a car or waiting in a line or whatever, hey, turn on a podcast, learn something today, right? Hey, don't forget to read. Reading is part of learning, and reading is so important because not only are you hopefully learning something new, learning something that's going to get you closer to your goals, but also you're keeping your brain fresh, you're keeping your mind sharp. Reading comprehension is oh so important. Oh so important. If you don't use it, you lose it, right? When was the last time you read a chapter of a book and then you had to like write a quick little essay about it? School. How long has it been since you've been in school? So if you don't use it, you lose it because when you're going through and you're reading a contract, you're fixing to do a deal. How quickly do you want to be able to read that and comprehend it? Or if you're looking to, through a long deal, you're at a conference or you're at a meeting and you have to quickly look at something and give somebody an answer, how much better are you going to look when you can look through there real quick and comprehend it faster because you're used to reading. You're used to looking for the important stuff and pulling out the important elements of those paragraphs, of those pages, or whatever. You're going to look like a badass. Daily reading. Now, they recommend 10 to 20 pages. I agree, 10 to 20 pages, but I don't like all pages are not made the same. So I say 30 minutes a day. 30 minutes minimum is what I like to read. So read 30 minutes a day, keep your mind sharp, and get ready to keep those cognitive skills going. The next thing is food. Food, your nutrition, however you want to put it, because it's really one and the same. Are you eating to fuel your body? Are you eating for pleasure? Sometimes they're the same. Hey, I enjoy a good steak every now and then, and there's all this protein, and steak can be so yummy, but you can't live on steak alone. But let's try to do the things that avoid hurting our bodies or are not good, like sugar. Our body doesn't know what to do with sugar. Sugar is not something that we're supposed to be taking a lot of things into, and the body's like, I don't know what to do with this. I'm so confused. let's store it as fat, or let's really screw up your hormones or your whatever system we have in place that's supposed to be a fat burning machine and keep us healthy and strong. Sugar, carbohydrates, all that junk, it all just interrupts the flow. We could have such a badass machine in our body if we would just feed it fuel, the healthy, good stuff. I'm not saying never eat a slice of pie or never eat a piece of pizza, but that should be the exception, not the rule. Now, I struggle with this. I was a smoker for like many years. Thank God I quit many years ago. But, food's been a struggle for me. And I need to put the fuel in me and eat to live, not live to eat. I enjoy good food. I love food, but I'm having to learn how to enjoy good food and not let it take me over. Here's a good example, especially during the holidays. You got cupcakes and cookies and cake balls, all this stuff flying around. People are like, yeah, here's some candy, here's this, homemade that. It's hard during the holidays. Now, I have a really good story about that. I have touch my microphone, sorry. I have a good story about that though. I went to this catered event every year at this title company. They cater the lunch and to give back and whatever. It was great. Oh yeah, catered food, got it. Good food too. I went through, got my little, water, trying to cut down on the calories, drink my water, got my entree, and then I look and there is a table full of cake, slices of cake on a plate, 50 of them. I said, okay, I'm not eating the cake. I'm not getting the rolls. I'm just getting the entree. I'm good because the cake never tastes as good as it looks. It just never does, right? Okay. In my mind, I know this. I'm good. And it may seem like a simple thing to you, but it's a mountain for me. So I went and sat at the table with other people. Let's network, let's talk, let's be friends, let's do business, doing my thing. And then some of these ladies sitting next to me were going on and on and on about the cake. Really? I'm trying to not eat the cake. Could you? And I'm not going to tell them that, but I'm just like in my mind, I'm like, all right, all right, all right. Look, oh, it's the best cake ever. Can you believe how good this frosting is? I'm like, really? No freaking way. I don't care how freaking good the cake is. Shut up. You know? But I made it through. And that was a win for me. That was a big win for me. It's not because it's a freaking piece of cake, it's because I didn't do it. And if you have those little moments all throughout the day, you're going to kick ass. And that's all it is one little thing at a time, one little thing at a time. And that's it. You can't do it all at once. You can't do big things unless you can master the little things, okay? So anyway, that was a good one for me. I know I'm not the only one that struggles with that out there. So I love sweets and I know sugar is going to wreck my body, so I'm trying to get away from the sugar. I am a sugar addict, so I'm trying to get rid of that. So anyway, on to fitness. Fitness, I've already talked about that, but it's important. Everybody knows it's important. If you look good, you feel good. And if you feel good, people are going to want to do business with you. They're going to say, oh, look at you. You take care of yourself. Man, you really kick ass. I bet you'll kick ass for me if I'm your client. You're damn straight I will. Because I take care of myself. I have discipline and I care. If I care about myself this much, how much do you think I'm going to care about you? Right? I take the time to take care of me. What do you think I'm going to do for you? Right? So, fitness is important. Make sure you're doing it, at least a few times a week, if not daily. Some people can't fit it in their schedule or they just don't want to do it every single day. Do it 5 days a week then. Give yourself a couple of days off for rest if you're doing hard workouts. Nothing wrong with that. But just don't let it be, oh, I'm only doing twice a week because I work so hard. No, you're not doing the most. Your body can do more. You need to push your limits. Okay? Physically, mentally, whatever. Do more. If you're not tired at the end of the day, you're not doing enough. All right? Speaking of that, let's talk about the rest. You got to get rest because there's another win. Make sure you're getting off of the electronics, the phone, whatever, at least an hour before bed. Because if you don't, your mind's going to be, the little dopamine hits you get from being on the electronics, from winning a game or getting that like on Facebook or whatever. That's affecting your brain and you may not know it. But you need to settle your mind down, give your mind time to process what happened throughout the day, read a book, relax, meditate, do yoga, whatever it is you do to wind down to get some good rest. And give yourself ample time to rest too. Because if you're going to be getting up early, you're going to need to get to bed early, right? So make sure you're getting enough rest throughout the day as well. Mental health. speaking of throughout the day, mental health. This is the last thing that I'm going to talk about. I was going. I wasn't getting my mental rest. Okay. And I was like, man, by the time I get home, I'm just mentally exhausted. I'm just like, man, what a day. I had to make all these decisions. People were calling me all day, troubleshooting, problem solving. Oh, I got to get this done. And I have to fit this in my schedule to get that done. I have a deadline here all day. I just didn't get anywhere. I didn't even take a lunch break. We're wrecking ourselves when we do that. We have to, we have to set boundaries. We have to set boundaries somehow. You have to tell people, hey, I'm not available for the next 20 minutes, whatever. What I have started doing and what is working marvelously is I've been taking a little break during lunch. I eat lunch whenever I get a chance to eat or whatever. I don't, not that big a deal. I don't need a whole lunch break, a whole hour, hour and a half, whatever the official lunch break is. What I need is that 30-minute, 20 to 30 minutes so that I can meditate or nap. Now, when I say nap, I don't mean I'm going to cozy up with a pillow and a blanket and lay down for 2 hours. No, no, no. This is a mental break. This is a time when I turn my phone off and I set a timer. I don't go past 30 minutes. I set a timer to where I can sit down, close my eyes, and meditate. And by meditate, I just mean be quiet and let my brain process all the stuff that's happened so far today. Or I lay down, if I have a place to lay down, I close my eyes so that I'm not visually seeing things and bringing in what you're trying to do is avoid bringing in new information. So find a quiet place if you can, turn off the phone, don't be looking at anything, no new information. Okay? Give your brain that time to process, and it makes all the difference in the world. Then I get home and I'm like, well, I'm still kind of fresh because I got that break. Now, if you do that twice a day, if you can do that for 20 or 30 minutes after the first half of your day, and then before you go to bed, oh man, it's a game changer because your brain has time to process it. Now you're not having trouble falling asleep because you've been able to process a lot of things before you even get in bed. And it's awesome. I mean, you have to try it. I don't remember who it was. Maybe Google used to have those napping pods. See, they were onto something. They must have known about decision fatigue and how important it is to keep people fresh and creative. And in doing so, letting people go and take a quick, like pressing the reset button. It's important. It's imperative. And I hope that you all try it, even if it's just once during the day. I mean, because I get up early, by the time lunch hits, I've already done a whole lot of stuff more than other people. So by the time lunch hits, I'll really need that reset. It makes a big difference. So if you can take all of these things, getting up early, doing your daily reading, your daily learning, staying fit, watching what you eat, feeding your body with the knowledge it needs, the fuel that it needs, and the rest that it needs, and you'll have that mental clarity. You'll be sharp as a tack. You'll be kicking ass, and everybody is going to want to do business with you. You're going to be killing it. So recognize all these things for what they are, how they can help you to get from here on up here to your goals, and start stacking those wins towards your success. Go out there and kick some ass, get it done. Stack those wins.